Greetings, Earthlings. I think I have invented a new bodily injury. The spraining of the butt. It sounds funny. It's not funny. It hurts a lot. Especially when I'm riding in a car, because I'm not driving, because I can't drive, because I can't use my legs independently of each other. And if we hit bumps or whatever, like that one, it hurts a lot. So, how did I sprain my butt? It's a long story. I'm just going to tell the whole story because I have nothing better to do right now, and it distracts me from how much it hurts to drive. So, this is also going to serve as a behind the scenes for my sister's new YouTube channel, which is what I was helping with yesterday. I don't know how they're typed it out for the channel, but it's called Twin Freaks, and yes, it's an offshoot of their cult. I disobeyed my own advice and hung out with the cult again. So I was the camera person. It's the cameraman, but I'm not technically a man. My sister just calls me son a lot. Yeah. Anyway, I was the cameraman, camera son, whatever. I screwed up the first several scenes because I was shooting them with an iPad. Yeah, we don't have a real camera. We're failures. Still better than a phone. And I shot it vertically instead of horizontally, like I'm actually shooting this one, because I can remember from my own videos for some reason. And so we had to redo a bunch of the stuff we started doing. So everybody was just, spirits were running high. Everyone was just really hating on me. It was a good time, had by all except for me. I was feeling bad about myself. We had to let ourselves, without permission, into our neighbor's house to shoot with their stuffed mountain goat. Which was awkward, and Sarah's friend kept thinking we were going to get a record for like breaking and entering, even though they don't really care. If they're just watching this now, well, you don't really care, right? So yeah, they were just like, Rose, you're trying to give us a record, you're ruining our films, why are you even here? But I had to be there because they needed a camera person. And so I get this idea to sort of redeem myself. I'm just like, guys, there is this stand of trees that we can do this dancing scene in. That'll look so cool. It's up past the camps in the woods behind our house. Well, not behind our house, but like there's like a hill and behind the hill. Anyway, I'll give more details about where I live when I move out in 14 days. I no longer live here, and it's not a security risk for me, just my sister. And then I'll tell you guys all you want to know about where she lives. Just kidding. Anyways, so everyone's like, well, okay, Rose, if you think this will work, we're gonna go. Sarah puts on some better boots so we can go up there, and all is going well until we get really close to the spot where the pine trees are, and we go up over the top of the hill, and we realize we've just walked into a live construction site. Like, dump trucks everywhere, huge trucks everywhere, trailers in the beginning, which were the beginning from where the road comes in, but from where the hiking trail comes in, where we came from, the trailer was far away, and the foreman was out there, but he had his back to us, and we just kind of crept into the camp and went across to the trees, and we successfully filmed the entire thing. We weren't caught. We're going to leave, and everything's very hilly back there, and there's a lot of ice. So we're going to come down from the stand of trees down a hill into this really muddy construction zone. And I was not really paying attention where I was going. I don't know how Sarah and Tony walked over the ice without falling, but I hit this really slick patch. It was insanely slick. And I would say my feet flew out from under me, legitimately. I was going downhill. My legs flew out from under me, and I flew so long in the air that I had time to think about the fact that I was falling and I had to save my iPad. That's how long I fell for. And I connected with the ice with just my low back and my side. I slammed into the ice lower down because I fell down this hill. And it didn't quite knock the wind out of me because it was a little too low on my back, but I was just I couldn't speak. And the hand that hit the ice didn't have any feeling in one of the fingers for many minutes. It was a good hour before I felt that finger again. And so we're trying to get out of there. We still have to pass through most of the construction. Trying to get out of there. I bend down to get a piece of dirt out of my boot after I finally start walking again, and I started yelping because it hurt so bad, like pulling those muscles that I just wrenched and bruised and just sprained. I sprained my butt, and I pulled my butt trying to fix my boot. And all of a sudden we hear this voice from behind us. It's like, hey, you can't be in here. You have to read this. You don't have to read the signs. And we're like, oh my God. So I don't know why I decided to take charge in that moment. I guess because I got us caught by yelping, and I was just like, we didn't see the signs because we didn't. And that's when he explained to us the signs were coming from the road, and we would have had to have seen them. And we were just like, well, we came from the woods, and he let us go because we came from the woods, which was lucky. And then I had to climb down that hill through a ravine, across a river, and back up another hill, screaming all the while. The neighbors, I don't know if they called the cops or if they thought I got shot out there or whatever, but yeah. And it turns out that it's really difficult to sleep with a butt injury like that. My butt hurt a lot all night. I spent a lot of the night just laying there bemoaning why I would ever bruise my butt so much. And yeah, there's just, you can imagine, there's just a lot of things. I won't say it. There's a lot of things you can't do that well, and it hurts a lot, but you still have to do them. So yeah, I give butt sprain a 0 out of 10 for injuries. Sucks. Goodbye, Earthling.